This cute little prince is going to have a deserved crown, but before that we have to slice it and 3D print it. Let's see it. Okay guys, this model over here, it's from the Goodnight Lights drop from STLFLIX. So if you want to test it out, please check the description. So guys, this is my standard profile. I am using a Ender 3v3 SE as an example. This is an average standard printer and also a cheaper printer. So let's see how it goes. As you can see, we have some layers showing roughly in the face of the character. When we look at one color in the slicer, as it's going to be in the real life, we can also change the color over here to be more similar with most of you are going to print. For instance, something like this. Let's see. Now it's more similar with some skin colors that you may use as filament. So we don't have so much trouble with this. The slicer does that just to visualize the changings at perimeters, solid layers, and etc. But let's see in the color again. We don't have too much. But if it bothers you, we can reduce this effect, reducing the layer height of our print. See guys, we still have the problem, but we reduce the effect. I personally don't recommend you to do it. It's just an option that I want to show you. I personally are going to use 0.2 because the objective with this print is to be a lamp to be put it on the wall and project the light of the crowd. So it's not so important the highly detailed face, and the most wow factor of this print is going to be showed in the moment at the room is going to be more dark, and then you want to turn on the light of the crowd. So the face is not so important. This model is a combination of the shape and also the light being projected. But we do have a problem here with the lights. Some parts of the model are too thin between the inside wall and the outer wall. So when we turn on the light, we may show the infill patterns outside of the print. Let's turn off this over here. So some parts of the model are going to be shown in the outside. So to reduce this effect, we can also use the infill concentric pattern. So now we have almost an extra wall with this pattern of infill, and we don't need to worry about the light going in the wall because all the walls is going to be the same as the outer wall of the model. Look at this. So the internal parts are following the pattern of the out parts. For those parts over here, we don't have details at all, so we don't need to use 0.2. We can increase the layer height value to reduce print time. So let's go with 0.32 millimeters and also increase the extrusion width. This is because we are increasing the distance for one layer to the other. So in order to maintain the attachment between those layers, we are going to put more material in the extrusion with 0.48 millimeters. Now we have sliced and we save almost 2 hours in a simple print. I think it's worth it. Mostly parts on these models are flat, so we don't have any troubles. Even in the first layer, I will change no more details, instead the extrusion width and layer height from my standard profile. Now looking at this model as a multicolor print at the Bamboo Studio, for example, I'm using my P1S to simulate this, so the model has multi-part as a 3MF file. We can use in the plate 1 the object over here in the process global objects to see all the parts in the slicer. So let's select each color that we want to use. I select this foreign over here. It's just a simulation because it's going to work if you have the proper colors for the print. So let's see. In the bottom over here, I'm going to use blue, the color and put this gold one. The eyes are going to be brown, as the hair also. So the strip, I'm also going to use the gold one. So it's something like this. I don't want to show you just the color changing. I want to recommend some experiments over here, because we also can changing the settings for each part of the print. So for the hair, for example, I could try fuzzy skin. Look at this, but just a slight part of vibration, 0.1 for example, because the pattern or the standard value for fuzzy skin is 0.3. So let's try with 0.1 and slice it. So guys, look at this. We have in here some texture in the hair, which is more similar with the reality, right? So we have some details of fuzzy skin in here, and the skin is smooth as ours. I recommend you to test it out. The TrimF files are interesting not only because of the color. You can change settings for each part of the print that you want. For example, fuzzy skin and also another changes. You can also change the clothes, put fuzzy skin with a harsh effect, for example. Look at this. Let's put 0.3. And look, we can play around with this texture. In the clothes of the character, we can put some more texture, in the hair a little bit less, and the skin are smooth. So as I said, the model also has the lights. The room is going to be a little bit dark. So I don't know if you think this worth it. In my opinion, it's kind of cool. I don't know. You can choose whatever you want. I hope you guys enjoy it. Those slicing videos are an initiative from STL Academy, which is the educational project from STLFLIX. So if you guys want to learn more about 3D printing, you could check our description and look at STL Academy courses. And don't forget, see you guys at the next slicing.